Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. We are off to Rio de Janeiro, where tunnels will require double road tiles, but if we have bridges, we get to go really fast on them. That seems fine. Going faster than usual on bridges. What could possibly go down? Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's one thing they don't model in Mini Motorways is traffic accidents and construction and things that cause temporary interruptions to your car flow. You've just got the normal procedures of laying out your grid. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We've got this lovely purple. This is a very nice shade of purple right here for these first four houses and business. You're a square. You've got four houses. You should have nary a concern in the world, right? That's how this works? That had damn well better be how this works. Oh, goodness. So I had an adventure yesterday, and by adventure, I mean file management. I'm running a D&D campaign, which I pitched to myself and my players as, hey, I want to run a D&D thing. I'll do, we'll do some basically episodic one-shots. And it's mostly being episodic one-shots, except for every now and then I get an idea for an overarching plotline, and it's like, ooh, overarching plotline. But it'll be fine. I'll just steal a bunch of one-shot adventures and slap a coat of paint on them. Call it a Dungeons & Dragons game. And listen, if I could steal a podcast wholesale and get away with that for years, I can probably reflavor some one-shots and get a few weeks of fun out of it. That's what we're going for, right? I don't know anymore. All right, we got to get greens over to this green, and I think we're just going to use a very expensive tunnel to do it, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We have the road for it. I can slip this yellow right through this little gap right here. So these yellows go up here, these greens go through the very expensive tunnel into here, and of course our purple houses swing out that way. There's a dude on Patreon named Birdie Maps, Bird-IE Maps, who has released something on the order of 1,500 full size, and when I say full size, I mean like 10,000 pixels. Just effing enormous Dungeons & Dragons battle mats for all sorts of situations. Let's take the road here. Having a roundabout would be nice, but we were down to one road tile, so I'm actually going to take the full 30 right here. I'm also going to swing this green into here. That required bulldozing a tree. Sorry about that, tree. Drop those dozers in the chat. I wasn't looking at the chat. Did that actually go and populate? It did actually go and populate. Yay. I love my dozer mote, even though Izzy, our dear friend Izzy, who created the dozer mote, does not like the dozer mote. She thinks it's cursed. And she's not wrong, to be clear. It is cursed, but that's part of the reason I love it so much. All right, so a problem have we. Specifically, we've got these greens way over here, which, what if we separate our greens? Oh, I don't have another tunnel, so I can't tunnel these independent of the fact that I also don't have the road, because this would be, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21. I would need 21 road tiles to get up to here, and I currently have 19. Well, all right. Are you going to be good until Monday? If you're going to be good until Monday, I might just leave you alone until Monday and see if we get a tunnel this weekend. Because if we get a tunnel this weekend, I can just tunnel these. Everything will be dine and fandy. If we come up this way, it might even be cheaper. I don't know. We'll see. You and you, 3 of you, serve that yellow, and also this yellow. You're double dutying on this yellow now, I guess. It's going to have to be fine. Is that a brand new episode? No, that's not a brand new episode of For All You Kids Out There. Sad. I was hoping there was a new episode of For All You Kids Out There, the greatest New York Mets podcast in all the land. All right, so we've got our tunnel. We swing up here. The Mets are calling up A.J. Ewing, which is a panic move, but might be fine. He might be ready. He's been very good at AA and AAA, but he's only been there for a combined like 2/3 of a season. So, all right. In terms of the Mets' chances for 2026, they're very slim. The Mets have dug themselves a very big hole and suddenly just look like a very bad team. So, I don't know if AJ Ewing is moving the needle in terms of the Mets' 2026 chances. However, as long as he gets to play every day, which is no guarantee, because remember, the manager is an idiot and everyone involved in the team loves Tyrone Taylor a lot. But as long as he gets to play every day, I don't think he can be... It's unlikely that he'll be as bad as, regular player Tyrone Taylor or the first month of the season Carson Bench. It would be nice if the Mets had a guy who was, like, really good and stuff, and he might be really good and stuff. He's the Mets' highest touted outfield prospect now that Carson Bench has fucked his swing and in the words of preeminent New York Mets talent evaluator Jarrett Seidler, looks like a second division platoon player who is presently being used as a platoon player on a second division team. So he's got that going for him. But yeah, there was some discussion among Mets fans last night about what this indicates as to whether or not David Stearns is president of baseball operationsing for his job, which, I don't know, man. I understand that David Stearns comes very highly recommended, and he's a very smart dude, and he was the president of baseball operations for the Milwaukee Brewers, at which point they built the operation that has led them to be largely a very good and contending team on a salary of not a lot of money for a good number of time now. This is all true, right? These are facts. I'm not over the moon in love with what David Stearns has done as Pobo of the Mets, but also it's a lot of laying foundations and improving processes and taking an organization that, despite being in the NLCS in 2024, wasn't actually in very good shape, and trying to build them into a long-term sustainable contender while also competing for the World Series regularly. And, well, they sure as hell haven't competed for the World Series in 2025 or 2026 to this point. You can say that they competed for the World Series in 2024, which they did, and you can also argue that that was Stearns' first season, and he didn't have as much say over the roster as he has in the years since, and it's only gone downhill from there, which is also true. This is also factual and true, but there's also the correct statement that, Steve Cohen basically fucking tampered to get Stearns in place, and it took him a while. He didn't get to be the Pobo until 2024, and maybe you should give the guy you wanted for ages more than 2.5 seasons before saying that he had damn well better turn the ship around. But, as also just the fact that Stearns did a whole bunch of stuff this offseason, and thus far none of it has fucking worked. You could argue that it was smart, and you can argue that it probably should have worked, and these are all probably true things. At the end of the day, the Mets are a much worse baseball team in 2026, at least thus far, than they were in 2024. And that's a problem. What else is a problem is my general lack of road. In fact, I'm going to take 30 road tiles rather than a motorway here. We're going to take these 30 road tiles so that I can run greens down here and this green road here to serve this green circle. We're also going to staple this red road here, and we're going to do... are we going to do that? I don't love doing that, but I think we're going to do that. We're going to do that with a traffic light there. That's going to make me feel better. Then we're going to swing out this way and do a traffic light here? Does a traffic light here make sense in any way? I think so. I think a traffic light here makes a reasonable amount of sense. I don't love this connection point up here, but it is what it is. I could possibly, maybe, do something elsewise here. I don't know, man. Let's get more reds going here. I wonder if maybe this could be a roundabout. Well, I don't have a roundabout, but theoretically, could it be a roundabout? Plausibly? That's not even almost a word. That's just not a word. Alright. These greens here. You know what we'll do with them is just that. Get these greens to serve this business. And that'll probably be fine. Oh, I've got blues for up here now. Okay. Alright, fine. Here come the blues for up here now, except I'm out of road. So we need more road. Okay. Well, we'll get more road. It'll be fine. It's Monday already, see? Render unto me a tunnel and more road. You swing in here. Okay, now. Do I need to do anything imminently with this tunnel? I don't think so. I think we're basically okay, at least for the minute, as regards this tunnel. We've got a whole bunch of red spawning because this red here has now gone circular, which is, I mean, it is basically fine, but it's kind of a shit show. It might just be a little bit of a shit show, actually. Hold on. How shit is this show? How shit is this show? Title of the episode. Probably not. Should probably not put the word shit in the title of your YouTube video if you want the algorithm to be like, hey folks, you should watch this video. Hi there, tiny children on YouTube. Do you want to hear a man in his late 30s talk about the New York Mets? Well, that sounds like a fine idea, children, except wait! The man used the word shit in the title of his video. To hell with him! This has been Goog's impression of the YouTube algorithm. Goog's impression of the YouTube algorithm. Title of the episode. Hey, we got there eventually. That's fine. You can say the YouTube algorithm in your title of your YouTube video. I think the YouTube algorithm rewards usage of the phrase the YouTube algorithm, actually. I'll take another tunnel here, just because it's likelier to be existentially necessary than a roundabout. Like, there are times when a roundabout is a useful thing, but there are very rarely times when a roundabout is like a mandatory thing. Okay, so we've got now this yellow business. All right. I'm going to peel these yellow houses off of here. I'm going to peel this road down here to the south. And that's going to go like that. But while we're here, I think we might try to do something different as regards these blues here. Because this is an awful lot of red to get mixed up with, and we just kind of don't want to, if we don't gotta, right? Like, what if we did something akin to this and had these come here with a PCTL there? How does that feel? Pretty bad, I think. Doesn't feel great on first blush, but we'll see. And then we just draw motorway number 1, just like that. That's the easy part. That's the part that everyone agrees on and makes sense. This purple here will come down this way, serve that business. This red goes into the red clusterfuck right here. Hey, I have a question. Why do I have my traffic light all the way over there when I could instead have my traffic light right here? This way we don't mess with the exit point. We just have a light right there. This will actually work out pretty darn well if I do say so myself. Okay. Next, we've got these greens down here. Do I want to restructure this road such that... Oh, awful. You're awful. Why do you exist? What's going on here? Also, hi. This business being green is probably the best color for it because we already had greens here. It just means that these greenhouses are going to be pressed into action a little bit more in service of whatever's going on over here. And that's, broadly speaking, fine. We'll take a motorway. One could argue that I should, chop this road and just have these yellows serve this yellow square. That seems like it might be a good idea. It does indeed seem like a fine plan. Now, this purple goes over there. That'll be fine. You've gone circular, which I don't love. I think what I'm going to need to do is run this road down this way to pick up these purples here. And if it's doing that, then we might as well, swing out in this manner. So we get all of these extra purples to provide more support for this purple right here. That'll probably be okay. Another blue there for these two blues. That's okay. Another couple of purples down here for all the purple nonsense going on this way. That's a-okay. We've got us a bridge for the first time. Get these reds going over to here. It's fine. Purple for you, red for you, red for you. This is all of the reds in the known universe. All of the red houses in the entire known universe are coming over here to serve these two businesses, so that's nice. We'll get 3 additional reds over here. This is a massive clump of yellow fuckers. This massive clump of yellow fuckers is probably going to do something at some point, right? I mean, you'd think it would. It can do damn near anything, but it's got to do, something. Let's take 2 traffic lights, just to have them. I think there was a place up here where I was looking that might have been a traffic light, but then I drew a differently shaped road instead, and it turned out to be fine. So we don't have any immediate pressing need for traffic lights, but they're not horrible things to have. Another green here will serve this green business. These greens down here are becoming increasingly pressing in their desire to... You know what? Hold on. I can just do this. We get a traffic light going right there. Yeah, this is fine. Why don't I just do this? We have all of these greens come here. We have 1 PCTL. It's going to be green 98% of the time. This is totally fine. We just now have 10 houses serving this green circle. That's totally cool. Okay. This blue over here feels like a motorway. Honestly, doesn't it? Kind of feels like a motorway. Am I wrong here? Does that feel like a motorway? I think that might feel like a motorway. Ow, leg. Let's see here. Well, first of all, I've got these 2 blues up here, and these blues are out of blue, so I'm going to grab these blues onto this road to serve these 2 businesses. Now I have this little chunk of 4 blues down here, which I can peel in this direction. Or, if I make one terrible adjustment, I can get 4 houses to do that. However, you might notice that there's an effing mountain here, and, well, you can't draw motorways over mountains. So, maybe not with the effing mountain. Now I could do a little dipsy bridge right down here and swing these blues out that way. Or I could acknowledge that that's not going to happen. I hate acknowledging that things aren't going to happen. Let's draw motorway number 2 up here. These 3 blues will serve this blue business. those 3 blues will serve this blue business. This blue will do something else. You are a bridge. We'll take that. You're a blue. You'll go up there. More blues serving these 2s. That's basically probably fine. I've got another green here. These greens are hanging in there. This double plaza is weird but functional. It's about all that can be said for it. Oh, let's see here. Oh, atrociousness. All right. Well, this actually isn't the very worst thing that could happen, I don't think. Like, what if we simply structure this road here, and then those 3 swing thusly? Like, we still have 7 houses going to serve the circle, but now we have these 3 for this square. I think that's basically fine. This purple house can be more efficient. This blue can get a little tunnel. That'll be okay. Not the end of the world there. You're an oddly placed red thing. I don't like the placement of that red thing, actually. Hold on. Let's do some work here. We're going to do that. And then I think we're going to rewrite this blue path such that these blues come up here. Bing, do that. Okay. So those blues coming here, they bing, do that. That's fine. I'm just going to put even more strain and stress on the reds coming out of here because, good God, look at them. Good God, look at all those reds. And what we'll do is we'll cut this corner a little. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. You come out of here, and then you've got to go there. That's it. Now, this wants to be a traffic light. It isn't right now. It's going to be eventually. This wants to be a traffic light. And once this is a traffic light, or if I get a roundabout. If I get a roundabout here, this will actually be much better. This is neither a traffic light nor a roundabout. So, okay. We'll take a tunnel, mostly just to have the tunnel. Put some additional reds going out this way. Buddy, if you right here wanted to go circular, that would be totally fine. I would be on board with that plan. Now, we are eventually going to run into an issue, and you might even see it starting to develop. Hey, this thing actually went circular. Cool. So the issue you're eventually going to run into with these reds is like this right here is actually a clusterfuck. Having all of these cars that can't get anywhere is actually bad, and it's going to create a massive backlog. On the other hand, shut up. Have you ever thought about just shut up? Maybe shut up. There. Did you think of that? Huh? Did you? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't even consider shut up. Well, shut up. The red business has died on account of all of the houses being cramped together on account of the... Yes, madam. 2,043 commuters over 90 days is not actually a very good score. It's top 25% in the world. It's better than Samurai Sam on account of Sam not doing the daily challenge today, which he told me he wouldn't. But shut up. Again, have you considered shut up? It's a very good and important question, apparently. Oh, God. All right. Let us jump into our very good friend, the Wordle. The Wordle today is Olive. It isn't, but we know where the L goes, and there's an O somewhere. All right. The Wordle today is gloat. Could totally be gloat. The Wordle today is not gloat, but we've placed the O in the proper position, so that's something. The Wordle today could be floor. Could be floor. There's nothing saying it's not other than the recently discovered knowledge that it is not. But hey, we'll get there. The wordle today could be... Well, it can't be close because there's no E. It could be slosh. Nice little double S word for you, no? All right, fine. It's not slosh. We're running out of hope, but, you know, still plenty of time. It could be Chloe. Now, granted, that's not a word, but it could be plowy, as in having qualities like unto a... No? Okay, fine. It could be... Uh-oh. What could this word be, actually? Hold on. It could be blonde? It could be blonde. It's not, but... Uh-oh. Huh. Let's see here. It could be... Well, that's a good question. Uh-oh. P-L-O... Plomp? I don't think plomp is a word. No, plomp isn't a word. It could be clomp. Like the onomatopoeic sound of heavy boots marching down a hallway. Clomp, 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 clomp. It's not. It was clock. Okay, fine. I did bad. I did bad at the wordle, friends. All right. Ow, my eye. Oh. Let us do some guessing of time. Starting with a whole flock of folk. We got a whole bunch of folk, including a stretcher of some kind, in a plaza that contains a Raumgestaltung and a Ziaren and the Ratskonditori. That's a restaurant of some kind. Okay. And this building here looks to have been kaboomed to all fucking back. So, are we somewhere in Europe on VE Day? It seems reasonable that we might possibly be somewhere in Europe on VE Day. So, let's say Amsterdam, the Netherlands, 1945? I don't know, man. This is the Mobile Lukten. I almost want to say this is Scandinavia, but I don't see any of the telltale Scandinavian diacritical marks. Like, there's nary an umlaut to be found, but if there's nary an umlaut to be found, that could also eliminate Germany. So, wonder if this American flag has any significance. It could just be Berlin. That would explain the bombed to fucking back. But... oh, God. Alright. We are in... fuck it. We're in Berlin, Germany, 1945? Sure. That seems conceptually possible. We are in Berlin, Germany in 1945. It's Berlin, Germany, 1949. Hooray! The end of the Soviet blockade of stuff. Take that, Soviet blockades. Anyone who blockades a thing is a fucker, he says, living in a country that is presently blockading a thing. So, all right, fine. What have you to say for yourself? Nice lady person. You have a bunch of Chinese text. Okay, fine. All right, fine. So we got a bunch of Chinese folk walking along a Chinese path using only partially Chinese technology. We are somewhere in China in a surfing festival. We're in the Chinese Surfing Festival of May 12th, or perhaps 2012. I have nothing else to go on other than this 512. So, now hold on. Yesterday was May 12th, wasn't it? Today is May 12th. Okay. If today is May 12th, then maybe this is like a holiday or an observance in China, possibly in commemoration of whatever fell the fuck apart here, causing this obvious upon further examination memorial to be placed.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to the Goog. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am the Goog. No, that's not true. That's impossible.
That's impossible, says Samurai Sam. 59 months in the Goog troop for Sam. Put up a score of 23,000 and change in Time Guesser. We could hopefully possibly beat that. All right. Was there a horrible disaster I don't remember in China recently? I mean, probably. China's a large place. They're like look at all of this China. This is a fair whack of China right here. There's a lot of China going on here. There's a decent possibility that there has been a horrible disaster in China in the time it's taken me to say this sentence, just on account of population scaling and size areas and all of that. So, I have no idea where we are other than China. So, fuck it, man. We're in Beijing, China in 2012. That probably doesn't refer to, first of all, we're not in downtown Beijing. We're in, like, rural walk along the Great Wall of China. So we're actually in, I don't suppose there's, like, a dot on this map that they're going to use to represent that. No, the thing with the wall is that it's a wall, so it's kind of long, right? It's, like, long. You can... Okay. All right, fine. We're in, where the fuck did Beijing go? We're in Langfang, China, just outside Beijing, in what we're going to say is 2012, even though it very easily could have been yesterday. It was 2009, and also we're in that part of China. This is the ruins of Beishuan in Sichuan province, the first anniversary of its... Oh, there was okay, there was an earthquake. That tracks. Oh, that's sad. Next, we have a fella in a hat. Okay. This is the Anadolu Mersin Cave. Okay. In something. Can't really read any of the rest of this, which is unfortunate. Okay. But we got a guy in a vest. We got a license plate I can't quite read. And that, unfortunately, is the most and closest license plate, so... But these are not American license plates. In case you needed the license plates to tell you, this is not the United States of America. Alright, so this is Haki Kasab. It's a... Kebabbery? No. It's probably not what that says. That's Anbuli. That's Ratbane or something. So Vaughn from Final Fantasy XII is here. I don't know, man. This does seem Middle Eastern. Could it be Turkey? Are we in Turkey? Would be a Pole. Can't see the brand on the truck. Yeah, I can't make that out at all. We've got hotels and a $ rug. Interesting. And we got a lady in a street talking to a fella. I don't know. Could this be like Tehran in the 70s? This could theoretically be Tehran, Iran, 1971. Fuck it. Sure. We are in Tehran, Iran in 1971. For lack of anything resembling a better guess. I was right the first time it was Turkey. Okay, fine. We're in Turkey in 1976. That's not great, but we'll take it. Next, we've got a folk procession. Okay. I don't immediately recognize any of these folk, although maybe I'm supposed to. You vaguely look like a guy. You have the mustache of a fella. He's doing a bad Charlie Chaplin impression. All right, so we got some folk, some, I don't know, well-dressed, potentially church-going folk going to presumably church in Spartacus SZ, Textiles, and something. This is Jabo and Uvegas. And we've got Altolanos Mujeres in... Does that say Seneca Becca? That doesn't help. None of these say, like, Warsaw. It would be very helpful. My goodness, that's a flat tire. It's an impressively flat tire you've got there, flatbed truck. Ruhana Mujav, Valat, Fofaros. Oh, man. This feels vaguely sort of Russian, but I don't see any Cyrillic. And if something feels vaguely sort of Russian and you don't see any Cyrillic, my best guess is Poland. So we're in Warsaw, Poland in 1952? Sure. We're in Warsaw, Poland in 1952. Is Budapest, Hungary, which is basically the same place as Warsaw, Poland, if you think about it, in 1958. All right, fine. As also a place. All right, now we got a parade of some kind here in the US of A. This is Augury Montesi. He's the district attorney, apparently, dealing with Caldwell Tractor of Fairfield, New Jersey. All right. Thank you to the good folks at Caldwell Tractor and Equipment Incorporated, 480 Route 46, Fairfield, New Jersey. Hey, I think I have an idea as to where we are. Just a thought. That sure is a look you got there, fella. That sure is a look. So this is an Italian heritage parade dealie in Fairfield, New Jersey in what I'm guessing is the mid-late 1980s. Seems to be an exceedingly mid-1980s photograph. Sure. This is a Christopher Columbus Day thingy with a bunch of Italians being like, hey, we're Italian here. That's my Italian accent, isn't it perfect? We are in Fairfield, New Jersey in 1980, I don't know, 6, 8, 1, one of those. All right, let's go find us a New Jersey. Hey, look, a New Jersey. Where would Fairfield be in New Jersey? Wonderful question. Haven't a fucking clue. Let's start in Central Jersey, which may or may not, exist. We've got, oh God, we get to go on a walking tour of the state of New Jersey. This is lovely. We've got Wildwood and Villas and the Cape May Courthouse and Swainton and Woodbine and Steelmantown and Corbin City and Manamusket and Cumberland and Bennett's Mill and Vineland and Carmel and Carl's Corner and Centerton and Brotmanville and Willow Grove and Newfield and Buena and East Vinland, which, to be fair, is east of Vinland. Good job, East Vinland. We've got Franklinville and Monroeville and Harding and Clayton and Fry's Mill and Williamstown and Victory Lakes, where they win all the things, and Glassboro and Mullica Hill and Richwood and Mickleton and Clarksboro and Barnesboro and Sewell and Herfville and Turnersville and Grenick and Blackwood and Sicklerville, Tansboro, Berlin, and West Berlin, which, it should be noted, is north and west of Berlin, and Lindenwold and Balmar and Lawnside and Springdale and Westmont and Collingswood and the Golden Triangle and Merchantville and Pensauken, Mount Laurel, Kirby's Mill. There's so many mills in New Jersey. Really? Really, New Jersey? There's Brown's Mills and Willingboro and Deacons and Wrightstown and Presidential Lakes Estates and Sykesville and Georgetown and Columbus and Roebling and Heading and Bordenton and Arneytown and Jacobstown and New Egypt and Collier's Mills and Cassville and Pleasant Grove, Harmony, Holmeson and Roosevelt and Perrinville and Sweetman and Smithburg and West Freehold, which is south and west of Freehold. And Farmingdale, Shack's Corner, Cold's Neck, and Vanderburg, and Marlboro, where you can get your smoke on. You know what we haven't seen is fucking Fairfield. Ah! There. We are in Fairfield, New Jersey, which I have decided is right there in 1984. It was 1994, and also we were much further north in New Jersey. Okay, fine. God. Final score and time guesser 37-848. Let's do some stat padding. We need dingers. We need dingers from dudes in 2012 in the AL East. Dude in the Phillies over the past 45 years who's never been top 5 in the MVP voting. An Atlantan in the same constraints, a Dodger in the same constraints, and a 2022 member of the National League West. All right. 2012 in the AL East, you're looking at Adrian Gonzalez, except that was the year he was traded. The Red Sox were kind of ass, so it's probably not anyone on the Red Sox. I think Mark Teixeira's a Yankee at this point. A-Rod's a Yankee, but he wouldn't have played a full season. This is toward the end of A-Rod's career. Derek Jeter's a Yankee, but he's, not a dingers guy. There's a non-zero chance that this is like one of Chris Davis's good seasons. We're right in the right time frame for this to be Orioles Chris Davis. When did Orioles Chris Davis actually play? Because that might be the poll here. 2008 to 2020. I think this is before he got really good. Like, he was a dude. But there was a period of time where, like, Chris Davis was a dude, and then he was a dude, and then he was just dude. And this is the first of those. 2012 is also probably just a touch too early for it to be Jose Bautista. I think Jose Bautista didn't really emerge until 13, 14, 15. 2012, the Tampa Bay Rays don't fucking exist. Fuck the Rays. Like, it could be Evan Longoria, but it's not going to be a Ray because fuck the Rays. So, have I just talked myself into Mark Teixeira? I think I might have just talked myself into Mark Teixeira. Oh, God. All right. Yes, 2012 Mark Teixeira. 92nd percentile. Good job, Goog. Now, granted, it's 19 dingers less than any of the other dudes, including, hey, look, I mentioned Chris Davis. Should have been Chris Davis. Sad. All right. A Philly over the past 45 years who's never been top 5 in the MVP voting at any point in his career. Okay, so I think Bryce Harper's won an MVP. Ryan Howard definitely won some MVPs. I think Chase Utley got close, at least. This was the year that Chris Davis got a win as a pitcher in a horrible extra inning game. Yeah, that was the Darnell McDonald game, where the Red Sox ran out of pitchers and they wound up having Darnell McDonald pitch. Let's remember some Boston Red Sox. Darnell McDonald. Let's not. He was a generic fourth outfielder. He was fine. Darnell McDonald was like the platonic ideal of the fourth outfielder in that he was a right-handed hitter who could play both corner outfield spots well and fake center in a pinch. That's, for my personal tastes and aesthetics, that is exactly what I want in a fourth outfielder. Oh, God. All right. Let's see here. What about Kyle Schwarber? Kyle Schwarber's definitely got a lot of dingers in him. Has he ever been top 5 in MVP voting, though? If he has, it would have been last year. Was it last year or the year before that he hit 50-some dingers? I think the answer to that is both, actually. So is the answer just 2025 Kyle Schwarber? I think the answer might just be 2025 Kyle Schwarber. We're going to try it. 2025 Kyle Schwarber has, in fact, finished top 5 in MVP voting. God damn it. All right. What about... I know Ryan Howard won MVPs. I know Chase Utley got close. I know Bryce Harper's won MVPs. Is this a Shane Victorino year? That doesn't make sense. What about Pat Burrell? Ooh. Pat Burrell. Oh, that's a pull. That's a dude who would have whacked him some dingers but not been top 5 in MVP voting. What about 2008 Pat Burrell? 98th percentile, 33 dingers. That's a hell of a pull. Good job, Goog. Jason Worth, Rhys Hoskins, Raul Ibanez. Oh, Chase Utley never got close. Oh, all right, fine. I'm still happy with Pat Burrell. That's a good pull. And Atlantan under the same constraints. Chipper Jones would have gotten close. Ryan Klesko jumps out to me as a dude who might have done this. Like right before he went to the Padres, say like 2001 Ryan Klesko. Keep that in your back pocket. Maybe Austin Riley. If I can pull out one of Austin Riley's good years, which would have been like 2022. Maybe 2022 Austin Riley. Maybe... I think Ronald Acuna's at least gotten close. So it's probably not him. Chipper Jones either got close or won it. Fred McGriff, I think, got close and wasn't like an amazing dingers guy, but he probably had like a 40 dinger year in there. Andrew Jones certainly would have been top 5 MVP if he had a 40 dinger year or something. How do I feel about 2001 Ryan? I don't feel great about Ryan Klesko. I feel like Klesko got a bunch of money from the Padres and then had a couple great dinger seasons, and he wasn't like super duper amazing. Well, he was kind of super duper amazing. That's why he got the money from the Padres. So, have I talked myself into 2001 Ryan Klesko? Maybe 2002. Played for the Padres. played for the Padres. Ryan Klesko was with the Padres a lot longer than I thought he was. What about 1999 Ryan Klesko? 21 dingers. God damn it. If this is 2022 Austin Riley, I'm going to be very mad at myself. I am, in fact, very mad at myself. God damn it. Also, there's an Andres Galarraga year in here. Dan Ugla had a random explosion. Okay, fine. I should have pulled Austin Riley. Or apparently 1996 Ryan Klesko, but I should have pulled 2022 Austin Riley. I fucking said 2022 Austin Riley. So I should have gone with that. Sad. A Los Angeles Dodger over the past 45 seasons, never been top 5 MVP anytime in his career. So Shohei Ohtani has won the damn thing. Manny Ramirez won the damn thing. Mookie Betts has won the damn thing. I think Matt Kemp got close. Gary Sheffield, I believe, won the damn thing. So Manny Ramirez never won MVP. That's weird and bad. Did Manny have a full excellent season with the Dodgers? That would have had to have been 2010, wouldn't it? 2009 or 2010. Oh, his defense did suck. Yeah, his defense sucked. Steroid era. He was a surly jerk to the media and in general. Gary Sheffield never won it. Oh, yeah. Defense sucked in steroid era and surly jerk to the media also applies to Gary Sheffield. I mean, is the answer just like 1993 Gary Sheffield? That would be fine. Are there modern Dodgers I'm not considering? Max Muncy, maybe? Like a full good 40-homer year of Max Muncy? Wasn't like Manny's first year with the Red Sox a year he should have won MVP? Like 2001? I don't remember Manny Ramirez stat lines offhand, but Manny Ramirez was excellent at baseball, so. Let's see here. Yeah, there could be a modern Max Muncy season that fits this. Cody Bellinger, like his best year, but I don't think he was like a 40-homer guy. What about... I mean, we could try it. Just say like 1993 Gary Sheffield. Maybe it's just 1993 Gary Sheffield. He played for 2 teams in 1993. Maybe it's 1996 Gary Sheffield. He played for the Marlins in 1996. Maybe it's 1992 Gary Sheffield. He played for the Padres in 1992. Maybe it's 2000 Gary Sheffield. You could have told me that after the first guess, you freaking... Why? I'm gonna have to go back and make a clip of that. Oh, God. Oh, my head. All right. So it's not Gary Sheffield. So fucking mad at this now. Maybe it's 2023 Max Muncy. Maybe I can pick a good Max Muncy year. Maybe it's 2022 Max Muncy. He had 21 dingers. 2023 Max fucking Muncy. God damn it. Number 1. I had it. I had so many Max Muncy years. Ugh. We need a dude in the NL West in 2022. I'm just saying Fernando Tatis Jr. He played for the... Game? I don't think you're correct in this. I'd like to question your sources. I think I would have remembered if Fernando Tatis Jr. played for the New York fucking Mets in 2022. Okay. I'll do something else then. See, we know it's not Max Muncy because he only had 21 homers in 2022, and that's not going to be very good. So... Oh, God. Okay. All right. Is this Paul Goldschmidt? Oh, he was suspended the whole year. Oh, so he didn't play in... Okay, fine. That's good. Good job. All right, fine. Anybody at all in the National League West in 2022? What about... This is too late to be Brandon Belt. What about... It could be Mookie Betts. I guess. I don't love that. It could be Manny Machado, I guess. It could be Paul Goldschmidt. Actually, yeah, it's probably Paul Goldschmidt. Let's go with Paul Goldschmidt. 2022 Paul Goldschmidt played for the Cardinals. Okay. Is it Nolan Arenado? Could it be Nolan Arenado? Maybe it's Nolan Arenado. He played for the Cardinals. Is it Mookie Betts? Could be Mookie Betts. It was Mookie Betts. Or Christian Walker, but also Mookie Betts. So we got there eventually. 134 total score. My grid would have been beat nearly half. That's the word I was looking for. Of the other scores. Thank you to Sam for making a clip. We will watch that together as the final thing before we say goodbye. Oh God, let us pause the actual Spotify so that we hear the Spotify in the game. 1993 Gary Sheffield? Just say like 1993 Gary Sheffield? It's a good guess. Maybe it's just 1993 Gary Sheffield. Would have been reasonable. He played for 2 teams in 1993. Unfortunate. Maybe it's 1996 Gary Sheffield. Another time. He played for the Marlins in 1996. Turns out I was wrong. Maybe it's 1992 Gary Sheffield. I don't know. He played for the Padres in 1992. I'm just shooting darts. Maybe it's 2000 Gary Sheffield. He's got to be there somewhere. You could have told me that after the first guess, you freaking... I think that would have been reasonable if they had done that, personally. Why? I don't know. There's like 2 qualifications. He had to play for the Dodgers, and he had to have not finished top 5 MVP voting. Why would you tell me with a dude who ever played for the Dodgers, that he played for other teams in certain years, if at one point he finished top 5 in the MVP voting? Why wouldn't you just say he never finished top 5 in the MVP voting? It's as if you wish for me to look dumb. Folks, this has been Good Morning Mini Motorways. It is, as always, a YouTube show and Twitch show where we play Mini Motorways and other games. I'll be back later tonight playing UFO 50 unless I'm very tired because I do have 2 different depositions for work. So, hooray. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.